is they had ADT. Let's see. Oh yes. Okay. So actually, alrighty. You guys use like Sales Rabbit, Zach, or what do you use?
We did. We just switched from Sales Rabbit to Spodio.
Okay, nice. So you see my hood here. I burned this up pretty good. Tried to hit as many houses as I could. Where's a good example? So if I go here, and then I click on the screen, and I'm clicking this little button right here, okay? It's going to tell me if they have ADT or not. Now I'm trying to remember if there was one that did have a cancel within chargeback in my hood. I think there was. I'm going to see if I can find it for you and show you. But there's a whole list that the office has. Okay, so this one right here, address has been monitored. If this is a new homer call, so Bailey here, do not proceed. Do not go in there, do not sign it up. You will not get paid your commission, and it's not good because they're already with ADT. Believe it or not, the company does not like us cutting their grass. So with these ones that already have ADT, don't proceed on those.
Another thing too, guys, like if they have ADT, there's nothing we can do. So don't get yourself in a time vampire and just talk to them for 5 hours. Like there's a 1-800 number, so it's 1-800-369-0996. Does everyone have that saved? Caleb, can you jam that in the group me for me real quick?
Now, don't write off ADT houses altogether. They're worth a knock because sometimes they are new move-ins and it's a previous homeowner that had that system there. And they can be really, really great at getting you referrals from the neighbors. So I knock the ADT houses and I say, hey, just out here, if you see me around and you have any questions about your system, just give me a bell. I'm actually out here doing new homes, so the program's not for you guys. Do you know if any of your neighbors that might really benefit from what you guys did? And then I'll normally see if I can get a neighbor name. And then I'll be like, if you don't mind me asking, why did you guys end up deciding to get ADT? And I'm like, oh, well, we had a kick in a little while ago. It's like, bing, perfect. Or, oh, just, they put the youth rehabilitation center around the road. Bing, that's going in my pitch. And so, I obviously don't be like, so why'd you get ADT? How long ago, you know? It's just like, yeah, like, what was the main reason you guys decided to end up getting it? I know a lot of the neighbors have been looking at getting it, and they're like, oh yeah, we got it 4 years ago, and blah, blah, blah. So it can be great at working out why neighbors are getting security, and then just go, yeah, like, do you know of any neighbors who are security minded like you guys? And then I'll kind of like, if you're there, I'll like face my back to them, and I'll like look out, and it's like, we're a team now, and I'll kind of look out at the whole neighborhood. As for other DAVs, there's cancel within chargeback. So if there's a cancel within chargeback, it says DAV, cancel within chargeback, you can't set that person up, okay? So if it comes up, it means they've canceled within the 36-month contract. Even if it's month 35, happened to me a little while back, you can't set them up. They're just bad customers and ADT doesn't want to invest into that home. The other one is balanced owed. You can set those up, but they may have some money that they owe ADT. I would call your recruiter if you get into that position and see how down they are, but it doesn't mean that you can't set that person up. But definitely kind of really sell them on it, and I would definitely be charging that person an activation because you or your manager are probably going to have to pay. Usually it's not more than $300. If it's more than $300, they probably had some of their contract remaining. So it's probably, you're going to have to pay out of pocket maybe like $150, $200 to pay it off. So they're the main ones. The Aero 500s and all that stuff is just Copilot, maybe not connecting to the internet. The other DAVs, there's one more that I'm missing. Duplicate address.
Different DAV. That's what that stands for, duplicate address verification.
Yeah, so your duplicate address verification basically means that if you qualify the same person, then qualify them. So say it was me and Maddie, and Mike was setting us up. Mike qualified me, and then he qualified Maddie, and then he re-qualified me and may create a DAV because he ran me twice. If that happens, just go all the way through, call the office, it's not a big deal. So don't freak out if you see that on your iPhone, like, DAV, I can't set it up. Like, if you qualified the same person twice, it's not a big deal. Yeah.
Yeah, that happened with me on my deal last night.
Oh yeah, you qualified twice?
Yeah, I qualified the wife, and then she wasn't there, so we couldn't like receive the message to get into the DocuSign.
You can just email it in the future.
So I did. That's what we ended up doing.
If it says DAV cancel within chargeback, but they're a new homeowner,
you're good.
then you just finish the sale. They're like, hey, like they just moved in, it says DAV cancel within chargeback. Well, that's a no-go, right? But they're the new homeowner.
Mm-hmm.
So you finish the entire sale, you send docs, and then you call the office, and then they'll call ADT and clear the DAV. So just make sure, like, hey, you guys have it online, and you can still do it.
As long as they have no previous relation to old homeowner, you guys are good. So what it might look like is you address check it, and then it comes up DAV cancel chargeback, but you see the sign, it's a hella old sign, and you see a nice car in it, okay. Putting 2 and 2 together, and maybe a new homeowner. And so go there and get your information. The other thing that I was going to train on this morning is same days, okay? So I'm going to pitch you how to do a same day, and then in the big meeting I'm going to go over closing, and soft closing especially. Same days are really, really important for a bunch of reasons, and I want you guys to like lock this in. You don't have to write down why the reasons are important, but you can write down a few lines, and then we're going to get up and practice the lines together. They're important because it's going to help your cancel rate go way, way, way down. Because when you leave the house and they're using the equipment that night, it's going to be awesome for them. 2, you get paid quicker, which is really nice. And then you get more referrals. So it's easier to like close the neighbors when your tech is right there. And then that can be the reason you're out there. So that's one of the best things that we do. Us, Zach, like Zach, sometimes the installs of solar take a while. One of the best things that we do with our program is we get it in that day. And it's so awesome. The customer freaking loves it, they get to use it, and it establishes your credibility way through the roof. And then with the neighbors, we call it like a bandwagon close or a clover close, cloverleaf close. If I'm setting up the neighbor over there and I sell them, I'm coming right over to that neighbor's door, boom, 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 boom. And I don't have to BS about anything. Like, you know how like we sometimes use a line like, oh, I'm working with Miss Elizabeth, or I've been hanging out with Miss Elizabeth. Hey, I just set up. Hey, we just paid for it. Hey, your neighbor, Miss Lizzie, loved the cameras that we just paid for because of the craziness going on.
You might see Spencer right there. Hey, Spencer!
Hey, with so money. Like, and once
Spencer's
you
gonna look back like, hey guys.
once you get your first one, then what I try and like to do, so let me show you here. It didn't quite work out for me yesterday, but I'll try and show you what I was trying to do here. Uh-oh. Let me do screen mirror. I'm a tech noob, so gotta forgive me here. Okay. So what I would try and do with same days is, so I get my sale here. These guys are away for the winter. And then what I would try and do is hit all of these homes around that sale, so that I have heaps of credibility. They see the system on the home, they see my technician, and they see the equipment up there. And so that's a really great way of breaking up your day. Like, if you have a sale that you've got, don't wander to the other side of the neighborhood where nobody knows that person. Like, oh yeah, do you know Mike? And they're like, who's that? It's like, you've got your proximity, you've got your gold mine, and everyone knows what's going on. You have the crime drops local. In terms of the way I like to same day, I'm mentioning on the door, today, text in the local area. I don't push the same day until I'm in the house, okay? So if you're on the doorstep dropping same days, you're gonna get a lot of people just like, oh yeah, we'll do it another time, man, and I'll close the door. So the biggest thing for you guys is getting into the home, sitting down, and then if it's me and Grady here, when I'm sitting down with him, I've just dropped price, okay? So let me show you how I drop price as well, because that's probably where you guys will lose people for a while. So I'm sitting down with Grady. This is money that I can screen share. Oh, did the TV turn off? No?
Try to speak again on that.
Okay. Perfect. I got it. Okay. So I'm here with Grady. I'm sitting down with him. And I'm going to drop a financing deal, okay? So this is how I would drop pricing with financing. So I build it up. I've done the walkthrough, so I pointed to him. I've said, hey, this is where the panel's going. This is how the door sensors work. This is how the motion works. Now, for you guys being an advertising home, Mr. Grady, we take care of all the upfronts for you. Did you say you were more concerned about a fire or break-in, do you think?
Break-in.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, that's kind of been the same as the neighbors, just having this Lucy down the street there. I'm sure you guys heard about that one. A lot of them are looking at getting security. Like I said, we're not a charity, so we do ask you to do a couple things for us. Keep the sign out, keep the system connected, and be flexible with my technician. If you can do me that, I'll get down to brass tacks here. We were going to do the 2-camera deal, the 1 camera out the back, 1 out the front. Yeah, sweet. A lot of neighbors are really like that. That's been pretty popular. Okay, sweet. So normally with ADT, Obviously, we are the biggest and the best.
Yeah.
So that normally comes with the price tag. Like if you're buying a nice car or watch or something, it comes with a price tag. We're not a charity, so what we do is instead of spending money up on the TV commercials, we take that money that we would have spent here and we spend it on your home. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Gotcha. If you can help me out with the advertising, we take the money that we would have spent on commercials, which would have cost to set up the system on your home, just over $2,000, and we get it down here just in the green there. Does that seem pretty fair to you?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I like seeing that number when I'm doing business too. The month to month, normally the ADT runs like a cell phone bill. How much is your cell phone bill, Greg?
$100.
Oh, that's pretty cheap. Nice, fantastic. With ADT, it's normally about $120 to cover everything. What I get it for, and literally the only thing you have to pay is just 86 bucks. That's the only thing out of pocket you guys pay. Now, when the alarm goes off, who would be the best person to call? Now, I'm pitching him. I go back through. I'm setting up the smart home. And I go, now, you're probably wondering, like, what's the catch? The only catch is just need you to be a bit flexible with the installation time. Spencer, Mike, and Corey are just around the corner there. They're setting up your neighbors. Now, you guys got a Netflix show you're watching tonight. You said you're watching Money Heists, right?
Yeah.
Sweet. So the install's about 60, 90 minutes. They come in, they set it all up for you guys. I'll check the schedule real quick if you want to grab your phone and put the app on it, and I can probably get him over just a minute. Let me see what I got. And then I'll kind of like check GroupMe, see if like how many jobs have popped up, and I'm like, okay, I can probably get one in. If it's early in the day, I know I can get them there the same day usually. And so then I'm pitching the same day install to him and getting him sold on that while he's getting the app. Yeah, I'll show you how it works. And then I'm trying to get the same day scheduled before I'm getting the billing, so he's locked in. So yeah, sweet. So Spencer can probably pop back by sometime this evening. He works with a bunch of different people, so sometimes, you know, they're oldies and they forget their Wi-Fi password, so he might be a little later, might be a little earlier if it's a younger couple. He'll pop by this evening, get you guys taken care of so you can see your cameras tonight, okay? That's the only catch to the program. We're not like internet and cable, where we schedule it out 2 weeks, and then it's a 9 to 5. We take care of the time on your house for you. For the monthly payment, we're pretty flexible. We can do a check-in or a card. Some people like the check-in because they lose their card. Some people like getting points on their card. Do you have one you prefer?
Cards.
Sweet. Let me punch it in for you if you want to snag it. And then
One little thing just for the card too, it can expire within the year. So check the expiration date on it. If it expires
2024.
for a year from now, it won't fund.
So 0424 is a no-go.
there you go. So yeah, look for 25s or late 04s, and then you're good. That is a really, really good sales rule because I've gotten stung on that before. So just because they have a card doesn't mean that it'll work. Another great one for you guys is, no, don't worry about that. Yeah, and then punch it in, and then we're doing the DocuSign, we do the call, and then I'm scheduling the tech. And
So you said you like yourself, you usually take.
yep, so I go create, and then I send to email. That's how I like to do it. And then I send it, and then I'll take their phone, and I go through it. Let me see, what's the time? Okay, I can show you guys how to do DocuSign if you want. You want to do that?
Sure.
Okay, cool. Let me show you how I do DocuSign. Here we go. Check this out. I got a little DocuSign right here first. Nice. Cool. There we go. Okay, he's not going to be my
Oh,
turn.
this is the legal document.
Try to turn your phone sideways.
Yeah, that's sideways when I work.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
And then can I turn it back, do you think, or no?
Maybe, I don't know. Try zooming in.
Okay.
That's
I don't know.
Alright, whatever. It's going to be bad.
I can give you my iPad.
That's fine. I'll just do it sideways and then we'll get it up there.
it's messing with me.
Whoa. Alright. First page. First page. Thing I'm going over, okay? I zoom in and say, hey, okay, C word, contract. Never say that word, okay?
Agreement.
Yeah, service agreement. That is what it is. It is a service agreement. So yeah, free. Don't say the F word. All right. Don't say the C word either. All right. Contract and free. Don't say those words. So I'm getting here. I say, hey, this is a service agreement. Just like when you set up your cell phone bill, so I'm relating it to something I've already done. and say, hey, it protects you and it protects us. It protects you because it keeps the price the same. We love to do that for our customers. It protects us because we don't want you selling the equipment on eBay. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah.
And they go, yeah. It's like, yeah, we don't want to be $2 grand in on your home and then you're kind of, we're up through creek without a paddle. So we like to make sure everything's T's crossed and I's dotted. I just need to confirm a few things here for you, Grady. I need to make sure that the name on the account was correct. Is that the name on the deed of the house? So say that. Is that the name on the deed of the house? Say that all together. Is that the name on the deed of the house? Okay. If they say, oh, we don't own the home, you played yourself. Okay. But I will triple check that like 4 or 5 times. Like on the door, I'm like, oh yeah, you must be the homeowner. I've been looking to chat with you. And they're like, yeah, that's me. Or, oh, no, we rent. It's like, cool, sweet, information, deal. But here, so this is the name that's on the deed of the house, correct? Okay, fantastic. When the alarm goes off, this is the best number to call, correct?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Email for the app and home insurance, correct?
Yeah.
Yep, sweet, fantastic. Now there's a couple things I'm going to show you here. As mentioned, we keep the price the same. We just ask you to stick with us. Most security companies do 5 years. We don't do that. We just do an initial term of 36 months, and then it goes month to month. We do that so that we can keep the price the same, and it goes month to month. No relocking for you guys, which is really cool. And then here, you see the familiarization period. Spencer's going to go over that when he gets with you tonight. You can just get familiar with the alarm for 1, 2, or 3 days. And then I click it, do auto initials, okay? So go select and sign, and then adopt an initial, and it'll do the auto generation initials. Don't let them squeak. Okay?
Another big one, so if you're doing it with the wife and she signs her name, it's the signature not gonna match. So make sure that, especially the name on the contract is the name that's signed.
Matches the squeak.
That's why I always do auto. I always do auto because then I know the name's gonna match.
Exactly.
Because sometimes even if they sign, like, they'll pull the contract just to check it and just to see if it matches. So I'll just always do the auto signature on it.
Or every single time. Do not let them squeak. Adopt an initial. Adopt an initial. And then so I'm saying, yeah, Spencer will go over that again. I'm nailing them down to the text coming today. And then I'm going, yeah, the really sweet thing is that if you do miss a payment, I mean, everyone's losing their card nowadays. Everything's 0% APR. And they go, oh, sweet, that's really nice. Click, initial, scroll down. Sweet, yep, so this is going to come out monthly. If you guys want to change that, you can at any point. And then this is a nice little page I like to spend some time on. So the QSP is your lifetime warranty, okay? If something happens to the equipment, just give us a bell and we can replace it, which is really nice, but that's including your package at no extra cost. Here you'll see the total monthly service charge is exactly what I quoted you, and that includes all of the costs. The Google Nest account, the cellular, and the cloud storage and tax. I'm like, oh, okay, sweet. And I'm like, here, just in writing for you, you'll see all of the equipment that we got for you, and then I'll verbally confirm it. And then I go, and it'll all be zeroed out for you guys, just in writing for you. You'll have a copy of this email in your inbox after we're done. And they're like, oh, sweet, awesome. Scroll down. This is some of the T's and C's, kind of bore you to sleep. If you want to read this one night, you can. And then this is how I say it. I'll scroll down, and I say, yeah, if you want to sue ADT, sue ADT. If my technician's going to fall off a ladder, he's not going to sue you. He's got workers' comp. This is how the alarm works. We have 7 call centers in the US, how the batteries work. Keep scrolling. If you live in Virginia, that's for you, and that's our licensing. I know this is the thing that makes me cry. I get paid off my customer cancellation rate. Obviously, we want to make you guys happy. So if my text stinks or doesn't have a cool Australian accent, call me and I get you a different one. But joking aside, if anything does happen, call me. We do give you a 3-day grace period though. And then sign it, your copy, our copy, and then the next one is the permit. So if you guys need a permit for your local council, pre-filled out one, sign it. And the last one is internet. Just confirming, you know, we have no affiliation with your internet company. Okay, ADT, AT&T, all people always ask me if they're getting like fiber at the end of this. And that you do have Wi-Fi here, correct? And hopefully you've established that already. But if they say, I have had that one time where I got to the end of this DocuSign, like, no, we don't have Wi-Fi here. I'm like, great, I blame myself.
That's the broadband router too?
Yeah, broadband router, yeah. So that's no internet affiliation, and they do have Wi-Fi for the tech tiers. So that's it, yeah, go through. Basically this stuff, skip over it, don't let them read it and hold on to it because they're just going to be there forever and they're just going to BS you that they speak legalese and they do not. So they're going to have a bunch of stupid questions that they don't know about.
One thing, so whenever the DocuSign is filled out, you'll have a 99 right here in parentheses. If they ask you about that in taxes or whatever, if the number's in parentheses, it just means that it's canceled, so.
Yeah.
If they ask you why it says 99, just be like, it's in parentheses.
Yeah.
Or if you do 99 on everything, you say, yeah, that's the activation. So, yeah, that's pretty good too.
Yeah. And then we'll say 99 somewhere up here too.
Yeah,
I agree to the amount upon installation 99. If you have activation wave, then when you go down to this page, it'll say 99 and it'll be in parentheses. And in accounting, parentheses means subtracted. So you just explain, hey, the parentheses means that we're having that wave for you.
So you guys know about same day and why it's really important. The way I like to do a same day is don't make it a big deal. So rookies every single time create their own objections. I still do. Yesterday I got told that someone saw me on the Facebook page and I started creating my own stupid objections, right? So if it's not a big deal for you, then it's not going to be a big deal to them. If they have kids, then we can do a silent install, okay? So you say, yeah, no problems, like, yeah, I'm sure you guys are super busy, that's why we'll take care of it for you. So everything, you have a solution for everything. Like, oh,
Silent
I have...
install.
Hang on a second, we need to put glass breaks in your kids' room, like, Nick falls. Yeah, so... Everything you have a solution for, okay? Nothing's a big deal, nonchalant. If you're making it, hey, we really want to make sure your wife's here to sign this contract, bro, they're like, oh, well, I need to think it over, man. Like, this is too serious. Yeah, install is really easy. Your neighbors, it was really quick. And my neighbors did it, and same day, it's really quick. So that's kind of how I like to do same day. Do you have any other tips, tricks for same day, Mike?
Yeah, I mean, just how Nate did it too. He started peppering in it, like through his pitch, hey, what we're doing out here in the neighborhood today. And then when he dropped price, he tied down the zero cost to the same day installation. So that way they know, hey, the reason I'm getting it for zero is because I'm getting it installed today.
Yeah, and use your back pockets to, if you have to get same day. So it's like, if you have a second camera available, if you're like, all right, so theoretically, if we could get you a second camera, you think we could get it in today, like, it's better for you to lose the $100, not losing anything because you're making all the money, but it's better for you to get that second camera up and solidify the sale than to give them a whole night to think about it, like, well, I don't know anymore. You lose all your buying time.
I guarantee you take a phone number, you call them back, it's not happening. So.
Yeah. Another thing I do too, like I got 2 sales like this last week. If they're trying to give you like, oh, now's not a good time, have you guys all gotten that? Yeah. I'll just tie them down to a hypothetical. It's like, okay, so hypothetically, if I stop by this time, you're right. So hypothetically, if I stop by this time next month, you guys would do it if it was a month from now. If they say yes, then I just whip out $70. I'm like, here's for your first month. You alright?
Yeah, that one hurt. I was seeing stars. Hey, Brian, you got that on video?
Brian got it the same.
Got a video.